Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Greetings from College Dunya. I would like to inform our viewers that Dr. Sanjay Shirsagar, sir, is the principal of Institute of Pharmacy, MET Bhujbal, Knowledge City. He has completed his PhD from JNTU, Hyderabad, and has an experience of over 18 years. He has published over 137 articles and has 3 patents to his name as well. We are truly privileged to have him on our leadership series, Thoughtful Leaders. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. I am very much thankful to College Dunya for giving me an opportunity to share my views.
Okay. So, sir, as the principal of Institute of Pharmacy, can you throw some light on its genesis? And also, can you tell us something about the new course, Pharma Diploma, which your institute has started?
Yeah, we are going to start. So, good afternoon, everyone. Has been nicely been introduced by College Dunya, Mr. Tejeshwar. MET Institute of Pharmacy established in 2006 with the B.Pharm course. And now we have M-Pharmacy in the 4 branches, like M-Pharmacy in Quality Assurance, M-Pharm in Pharmaceutics, M-Pharm in Pharmaceutical Chemistry, as well as M-Pharm in Pharmacology. As well as we are the approved research center, that is the PhD center by Savitribai Phule Pune University. We are affiliated to the Savitribai Phule Pune University, approved by Pharmacy Council of India, then approved by AICTE, and happy to share that we are the only pharmacy college in Nasik region who is in the NIRF ranking of 76 to 100 band. As well as college has been awarded as Best College Award by Savitribai Phule Pune University for student welfare activity. As well as we have been appreciated 2 times by AICTE and CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, for institute having the best industry institute interaction. So this is in brief about MET Institute of Pharmacy. And again, it's a privilege to share one important thing that we are introducing the PharmD course, which is the first of its kind. We are the first in Nasik to introduce this course, which is already available in Pune or some regions in India, which is the 6-year course, considered to be a doctorate course of 5 years of teaching and training and 1 year internship in the hospital. And one more important thing regarding the PharmD course is that the student can affix or they can place the doctorate in front of their name after successful completion of this course. So this course is been approved by Pharmacy Council of India as well as AICTE, and which is mainly related to the clinical pharmacist. So the PharmD student have all opportunities or all the scope which is there for the B.Pharm or the M.Pharm student also. Along with that, there is a special position which is called as a clinical pharmacist, and the clinical pharmacist specifically help the doctor in prescription of the medicine. He also help in the auditing of the prescription. So like in a foreign country, the medicines are prescribed in consultation with the pharmacist. So the major role of the doctor is in the diagnosis of the disease, and he consult with the pharmacist regarding the what medicine to be given to the patient, considering the health of the patient and considering his disease condition. So that is the clinical pharmacist role, which is the major role to be played by the PharmD. So we are starting this course first time in Nasik.
That's really great to know, sir. Yeah. So you have been in various leadership roles. What is your philosophy of leadership, and how would you describe your leadership style?
So I think I have started my career as a lecturer in 2001, and step by step working in a different position. Like I was a lecturer, then I was a senior lecturer, then assistant professor, then I was HOD. And after that, I got the opportunity to work as a principal. So from I basically I am known to the many aspects of the teaching or many aspects of the academics. And as a leader, I think we must have exposure to the smallest thing which is there in every field. It is not you can directly go and handle any organization. I think we should have a bit of experience of every aspects which is there in every organization. Let it be the academic organization or the industrial organization. if I have some experience with respect at a ground level, I can able to do my job in a much better way. And as a leader, I think he must be innovative. He must ready to accept the changes, and he should listen to everyone properly. And after listening everyone properly, then you can give the solution properly. And as the definitions of or the role of the leaders are changing time by time, we need to update ourselves. And you should think of other, that I think from other perspective also. So if I think about the others, I can do my job in a better way. Then you need to be a visionary. You need to see what will happen after the 10 years, and you should able to see what will be the situation after the 10 years or 20 years, so that accordingly you can plan your things, and you can do certain things which will be suitable after after some years. So
Right.
vision is again very important from the leadership perspective.
Rightly said, sir. Sir,
Yes.
how is the curriculum being changed so that it is in synchronization with the changing market trends?
Again, 3 years back, the Pharmacy Council of India have uniformly given the syllabus to India. Previously the syllabus was been designed by the university, where the college need to follow. The Pharmacy Council of India, by considering considering the industrial requirement, considering the recent trade, 3 years back they have changed the syllabus of the pharmacy, and it has been uniformly applied to across the India. So that syllabus is somewhat industry oriented. But again, I think apart from the syllabus, the institute need to be interact with the industry. They need to find out what are the changes where the industry are experiencing, what kind of knowledge they are expecting from the student, and what are the current practices in the industry. There may be the change in the technology, there may be change in the quality control aspects, there may be just change in the regulatory aspects. So those may not be covered only in the syllabus. In that case, it becomes the role of the institute to interact with the industry and give them the appropriate manpower. So the syllabus is uniform as per the PCI, but I think the institute need to move beyond the syllabus.
Rightly said, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
amid this lockdown, what are your plans for the upcoming batch in terms of induction and classes? Like, what are the safety precautions you are going to take?
Yeah. So as we are moving as per the guideline by the state government and the UGC, and the safety of the student is the say the primary focus. Health of the student is the primary focus, because if the student gather, there are more chances of the community spreading of this disease. So we need to take a very the high amount of the precaution while running the academic institute. So considering all this factor, we are following the guideline which is been given by the state government or by the UGC. Secondly, we do think that there should not be the loss to the academics of the student, because conceptual learning is very important, and I cannot say that it is a professional course, technical course, so I cannot take a chance of reducing the syllabus by 30 to 40%, because that 30 to 40% is important from their knowledge perspective, from their career perspective, from their application perspective. So what we have already started with the online teaching by applying the various online tools which are currently available, like MOOCs. Then there are Zoom, Google Meet. There are a number of platforms which are available, and we have already started with that teaching, so that when the college gets started, as per the direction, the syllabus should be completed. The student should get all the conceptual knowledge. They should get all the basic knowledge which is necessary for them for their higher study or from their job perspective. So we are doing with the online teaching methodology, and when the student join, the definitely we will follow the appropriate guideline of social distancing, proper sanitization of their hand, and handling the student in the small batch. I think that is one of the good solution, rather than making the full class at a time, making a group of the student and then addressing them. So we are currently moving with the online teaching, but once the offline classes start, by maintaining the social distancing in a small group, we will continue with the classes.
That's really good to know, sir. Sir, with the competition so high, how do you guide your students to survive in such competitive scenario?
I do agree. The competition is there for every field, not in the pharmacy, but for every field. As there are many number of engineering college or many number of pharmacy college, so number of pharmacy professional which are passing out every year is very high. So the competition is too high. But still, with the good preparation, good focus on what you want to do, definitely you can survive and achieve a higher position in your respective field. So what we do in this perspective, the major concern what I feel that the determination and the focus of the student. Many times it happens that the student may think what he want to achieve in the career or what he or she want to do in the final year or at the completion of his graduation. But I think this is not the right time to finalize your career. You should have the appropriate time for the preparation. So you should start your career planning right from the second year. Once you get the basic idea about your profession, what are the opportunities which are available, and you start your preparation. This is what we are practicing. We are asking our student to choose their career right in the second year after the proper orientation, and we guide them right from the second year. So they will definitely get 2 to 3 years for the preparation of their career, for the preparation of their goal. And definitely, whether it is a challenging situation or not, if they are well prepared, they definitely get a good break. Say, for example, one of our students, Miss Archana Kapse, she started her preparation for the GPAT examination, which is examination for the master admission of pharmacy in India. And she stood, her All India ranking was 3. So you can imagine she started her second year preparation. She started her master preparation right from the second year, prepared for the competitive examination. She got All India ranking of 3rd. Now she is studying in renowned institute in India, that is the ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology. And through the ICT, definitely she is going to be picked by big pharma company. So though the challenges are there, if you prepare yourself properly, if you start your preparation early with a focus and determination, definitely your career going to be shaped in a proper way.
Rightly said, sir. So you spoke about the opportunities post-pharmacy education. So what do you think is the scope of pharmacy education and pharmacy course in today's context, in context with COVID-19 situation?
Yes. So I think I will just put down some of the facts and figures with respect to the pharmacy, which can explain the scope of pharmacy in much better way. That is, the pharmaceutical industry in India is the world 3rd largest for the production by volume and 10th by value. So we are the 3rd largest producer of the pharmaceuticals in the world. Secondly, India is the largest provider of the generic drug throughout the world. We are the largest producer of the generic drug throughout the world. That is, say, in the financial year 2020, the country is exported pharmaceutical worth of rupees 11 billion US dollar. So that can again speak the potential of our pharmaceutical industry. Pharmaceutical industry is the only industry to record a profit and create a job even in a global slowdown of 2003 to 2009. So even there was the financial crisis or the global slowdown, pharmaceutical industry was performing well. And lastly, I must say, in the context of today's situation, India is the largest vaccine producer in the world. And as I think every layman person is now listening about when the vaccines will come, and when there will be the proper solution for the COVID-19. So we are the largest producer of the vaccine throughout the world. So that these figures and these facts give us the pictures regarding the pharmaceutical industry. So there are ample of opportunities which are available after the completion of the B.Pharm course. They can pursue after the B.Pharm, they can pursue for the higher study, that is the M.Pharm, which is a specialization. And after the M.Pharm, they can go in research department, analytical department, quality assurance department. Even after the B.Pharm, they can go to the pharmaceutical industry in the regulatory department, production department, quality control department. Then there are government posts which are available. You might have heard about the drug inspector. Then they can appear for the civil services, and they can again have an opportunity to work at a higher level. So considering and again, one of the opportunities which has been newly created before 2 to 3 years, where the big IT companies are also recruiting the pharma student, which is the pharmacovigilance department. So the companies like TCS, Cognizant, they are recruiting the pharmacy student for the pharmacovigilance kind of a job. So there are ample of opportunities is available, and I don't find any of our student is a jobless of the last batch of 1920.
That's really great to know, sir. Sir, but because of this COVID, students are very much skeptical about their placements. What are your thoughts on this skepticism?
So the situation is, the current situation is, you can say there is some challenges which are available, because there are some, so the health issues are there. So the companies are just holding the position. They are waiting for things to get clear. But we are getting the call from the industry. Like recently, we got the call from the Cognizant to for the recruitment, to arrange the campus, arrange the online test of our students. So they are expecting the freshers to join their institute. We got a call from some pharma industry, that is, so they are going to conduct the online interviews of the student, and after some time they are going to place them. So situation there is a bit say challenging situation of holding the position by the pharma industry, but definitely this is not going to be the permanent situation. Once the things get clear, the pharma students are going to get a good job, and they are getting some offers also. So the situation won't be last for some long time.
That's really great to know, sir. Sir, what are the parameters or criteria parents and students should consider before taking admission to any B.Pharma or M.Pharma course?
Very good. Nice question. So see, there are nearly more than 400 pharmacy colleges which are available just in Maharashtra. So you can imagine the 400 plus pharmacy college of D pharmacy, B pharmacy, or some of them are providing the PharmD course. So there are, so if anybody wish to take the admission, he or she may get the admission to the B.Pharm course. But selecting the right college is now very important. So I think the parent need to parent and the student as well, as they should do the proper market survey before taking the admission to any pharmacy colleges. The thing which the parent and student should think of is that I personally feel that if they wish to take the admission to any college, they should visit the college personally. Secondly, they should get the information regarding the teaching staff, which is the core part, which is the very important part of any organization. So the teaching information regarding the teaching faculty is very important. So they should think about they should get the information about the teaching staff. Then they should look for what are the facilities which are available in the college. What is the culture of the college? Whether the college is providing the opportunity for the soft skill development of the student, personality development of the student, which is very important in the current situation. What is the culture? What is what are the extracurricular, co-curricular activities being conducted in the college? Secondly, what is the management? I think management approach is very important. जसं म्हणतात ना, आपल्या मराठीमध्ये एक म्हण आहे की जसा राजा तशी प्रजा. So sort of, I think they should think about the management also before taking the admission to any institute.
Rightly said, sir. Sir, what do you think are the USPs of your institute?
So USP, if you consider we are just 13 years old institute, and we do have all courses of the pharmacy, right from the D pharmacy till the PhD and the PharmD. So we are providing the all courses of the pharmacy. If you consider the USP of our institute, I personally believe, and we as a management, we personally believe that the student should be socio-technical. This is a new term which I am using. Socio-technical means what? The student should be technically sound as well as socially responsible. So that is what the basic, say, the motto of our education, that is they should get the proper technical knowledge for the survival, as well as he or she should be the socially sensitive. So we try to make efforts toward the social sensitization of the student. Secondly, the college infrastructure, we have the great infrastructure, great atmosphere for the teaching learning process. Then we have very good industrial interaction, has been appreciated by the AICT and the CII. We are the only institute in the Nasik region who has been categorized in the platinum category by the AICTE and the CII survey for the institute having the best industrial interaction. Then with respect to, say, the our best practices, we have been in the NIRF ranking. Again, we are the only the two colleges in the Nasik region who are in the NIRF ranking. One is the government college and another is the ours college. And ours is one of the youngest college which is in the NIRF ranking. So that speaks that we do have certain good practices in terms of research, in terms of innovation. We have very good faculty member. So those were taken into consideration while giving the NIRF ranking. So we have good faculty, we could have the good innovation culture, research culture. We motivate our BPharm UG undergraduate student also to take part in some research activity, take part in some innovative project. So that is those are some of our say the USP. And one of the say the unique practices which we are doing since last 5 years, as I have quoted earlier also, is categorization of the student from the career perspective right from their second year. What we do, we give the proper orientation to the student with respect to what are the career opportunities which they are which are available, and based on that they have to select the one career opportunity. Say for example, job, higher studies, foreign studies, or the civil services. So they have to select one of them, and after selection of them, we categorize the student in different categories, like job category, higher studies category, civil service category, and from the second year we guide them for their career perspective. Say for example, if the student opted for the higher study, we guide them, we take their sessions, we take their tests right from the second year for their GPAT preparation, which is important for getting the admission to the M-Pharmacy, that is the highest study. So the categorization of the student is one of our good practices, which is one of our unique practices, you can say.
That's really wonderful, sir. Sir, at last, what would be your suggestion or message to the students who are aspiring to join your prestigious institute?
Suggestion, if you consider, I think what important quality does the student have is the determination. That is, they should have the determination. They should be focused on what they want in their career. They should have some goals. That is, they should have something in their mind where they want to see themselves after some years. That should be there in their mind. That should be clearly there in their mind. That is called as a determination and the focus. If I have the determination and the focus or something in my mind what I want to achieve, I can plan accordingly. I can start preparation earlier if I see where I want to be after some year. So you need to be determined and focused. That is what the first important thing which student should think of. Secondly, the technical knowledge is important. Surely, definitely, you are going to get the good technical knowledge in our institute, or every institute try to give the good technical knowledge to the student. But considering the competition, and as I have said, the number of students who are passing from more than 400 colleges only from the Maharashtra, so there is a good amount of a huge competition which is available. So you need to be prepared for this competition, not only with respect to the technical knowledge, but also with respect to, say, the personality, with respect to your personality. We can say that with respect to the soft skill, you should able to present yourself more properly. You should have the good communication skill. You should have the good presentation skill. You should be confident. So those are the things also which every industry is looking into a fresher. So apart from your technical knowledge, good technical knowledge, you should have the good soft skill to survive in this competitive field. And lastly, which we believe that you should have the social awareness. You are not supposed to be insensitized. You should be socially sensitive. Your eyes should be always open, what happening in the surrounding, how the people are living. So that social sensitization should be there in your mind. So
Right.
along with the technical things, I think these things are very important. And our Indian culture, you should follow you should know a bit about our culture. And so अध्यात्म आणि विज्ञान हे एकत्र असणं तेवढंच गरजेचं आहे. So your ethical values are also very important.
Rightly said, sir. Sir, this discussion was really insightful. I'm sure the viewers will learn a lot from it. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tejeshwar. Thank you.